Hello and welcome to my heavy metal kitchen. Today is Christmas. It's Christmas evening. Probably my last video of 2025. I haven't made a video in quite a while. It feels like it anyway. The last time I made a video, I was talking about going to Millersville to see Quiet Riot. And fortunately, I got there and met up with one of my cool subscribers, Ken. Thanks so much for hooking me up, and I was able to get my Off the Rails signed, and you have to see this autograph. Now, not what you'd expect to see, but I will remember now not to carry around a marker in my purse without testing it first. So I carry around a Sharpie, just in case, you know. And I thought, oh, okay, I have one in my bag, no big deal. Well, the thing, as you see, didn't really work so well, and that's for sure. I guess it makes it unique. But Rudy was very nice, and I'm really glad I had that experience. Thanks again, Ken. So, did you get anything good for Christmas? I got this Britny Fox t-shirt from Volatile, which is where Michael Kelly Smith's store is. And I have to say something about the Britny Fox situation that I was alluding to about if you see their name advertised, don't think it's the original band. But now I just heard that they actually did a show with no original members. This was I'm about 6 months behind on this news, but wow. I just can't believe it. I don't know if Billy Childs was sick or what the reason for that was, or if that's something they do all the time. But I was a little surprised because I know that guys don't do it. You know, they want to do it the original way. But as I've said before, I don't mind bands that have fill-ins. You know, it doesn't have to be all original members, but geez, I mean, you'd think there'd be one, right? I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm not even sure the original members know either. So here's another story this is good stuff. This is like the opposite. All the original members are back together in the Bullet Boys. I was really happy to hear that. There was an interview with Mark Torian and Mick Sweda, and apparently it's a go, and they've done some shows together. Check it out. So yeah, it's all original four members. Jimmy, Lonnie, Mark, and Mick. So good for them. I don't know any band from this genre that is still together, all original members. Can you think of any? I can't. In other news, Kiss and the Kennedy Honors.
Sadly, Ace Frehley, our original lead guitarist, didn't make it. It would have been a great honor, but his daughter Monique and his wife Jeanette are going to be here. And we're going to make sure that, and I spoke with President Trump, he confirmed there's going to be an empty chair beside us in memory of Ace.
Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley, who now is resting in peace, and his beautiful daughter is here to accept the award. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Friend for a long time. That's good. Thank you. It's an honor. And I think your father would be very happy to have you wear this, okay?
I was happy to see Peter looking so great. He was probably the most vocal of them all.
It's a dream. I haven't slept in 3 nights. Finally, last night I put my head down. I slept 9 straight hours. I want to sleep with the medal tonight. I can't believe I'm wearing this. And we're a rock band. Whoever would think we were going to, be here. We're the 5th band, I'm told, to get this award, next to Led Zeppelin and the Eagles and the So it's pretty cool.
I thought it went very well considering the things that they were talking a lot about Gene, not saying very nice things about Ace. This is like an ongoing thing. They seem to like to pick on him through the years. And I always wonder about that interview with Eddie Trunk. I don't know if you remember this, when Ace was upset about the whole piss thing on the Howard Stern show. And he said that he had all these secrets that were in a safe deposit box, and somehow Eddie talked him out of it. But I wonder if that will ever come into play. I don't see what the point of that would be, but that was quite a story there. I know Eddie gets all worked up about that stuff, but Gene did apologize. It was in the New York Post where he said, and don't quote me, something about falling down, that he was probably drunk or something like that, which is so inappropriate. And I don't know if Gene means to say those things. I don't think he's mean-spirited. He just gets these things in his head. So I'm not giving him a pass on it. And but I just don't think he knows what he's saying half the time. Anyway, not appropriate, and he did apologize. And I thought he was really good at the Kennedy Honors, and I loved it when the reporter pulled him aside and said, "I'll play it for you."
What's your take on his job performance so far? Are you supportive of the way he's handling the office?
Why do you care?
I'd be interested to see what you think, and you've known him
It's
for
all
a long
nonsense. It's all clickbait. When I was first starting to vote, there used to be a curtain, and you voted anonymously, and you voted your conscience. And nowadays, people want to know who you're voting for. What the fuck business is anybody's? It's none of your business. That's why one person, one vote makes the difference. And you guys inflame the situation by asking people, so, who did you vote for? Who are you for? Why do you care who I like and who I don't like? I'm nobody. I stick my tongue out for a living. I would do that now, except the floor's dirty. No, don't ignore that. That was very funny.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing Gene has said in a long time, in my opinion. And that's true. Why do we have to tell people who we vote for? It's nobody's business. I mean, that's why they have those privacy curtains. He's right. It's weird stuff that we've fallen into, that we discussed those things, but I like the way we didn't. Paul, he got the same thing. He answered similarly to Gene, but a little more annoyed looking. Wow, I gotta say, Paul's wife looks amazing here. I mean, wow. I didn't know who she was at first. I thought, did Paul remarry? No, that's his wife. And she looks great. I remember seeing her on the Kiss cruise. She didn't look like a really happy lady, but she sure looked great and happy. That was cool. And another thing, let's talk about Peter Criss. Had a birthday recently, and the 20th, he turned 80. Can you believe it? So right before his birthday was when he put out his album. New album. I have listened to a few songs, and I don't know if it reminds me of kind of the 50s kind of swing music, and that's kind of the stuff that he's always, that's his thing. So I guess it's not too surprising, but I love it that he, he's doing that. And I met Peter before at his book signing, and really nice guy, and probably one of the nicest members of Kiss I've met. Yeah, another Kiss member released this week. Vinnie Vincent released a single, or is releasing. I'm not going to say a whole lot about that. I get it that the record companies don't have that cushion for artists anymore, so it's like you got to do your own thing. And I get it that getting a lot of people to buy it at once, you could at least make a profit off it before it ultimately gets shared. So, but how many is it? 1,000 sold. I don't know. I just feel like maybe 50 people would buy it. And then he'd make at least, 15 grand? And then people would be more, if they got that, maybe they'd be more apt to buy the next single and the next, But 200 seems like a lot, but it's not my choice, and it's not yours. I don't like to see people being mean to anybody, so I say just let it be and see what happens, okay? And that's all I have to say for now, and I hope you're all doing well. staying safe, being with friends and family, people that love you. 2025 was a pretty good year. Hopefully 2026 is another good one, if not better. So you all take care, be nice to each other, and I'll see you next time in my heavy metal kitchen. Bye-bye. It's cold out and I'm making soup. So I've talked about core meals, clean out the refrigerator, and this is one of those nights.